Today we're leaving a little town in the mountains called El Valle and heading to the Pacific Ocean for a little surfing. Almost all the road is paved, but it's still going to take us about 4.5 hours. After a few hours of driving, we decided to stop and get something to eat. Roadside kitchens in Central America are excellent for getting delicious food at a cheap price. How much is this stuff?
$10.50 for all three.
After that nice little lunch break, we hit the road.
So we got pulled over for speeding. We're going 73 and a 40 kilometers per hour. And then after talking to him, telling him where we were going and what we were doing, and just kind of making conversation, he decided to let us go with a warning, and he told us basically, don't go 13 kilometers per hour over the speed limit or else we'll give you a ticket. Sound advice.
We end up having one more hiccup on the road. These guys lost their entire morning catch.
It's kind of a reminder for everybody to slow down around these turns. They're not always very well marked, and they just come up really quick.
After 4.5 hours of driving, we finally made it to the beach. Now all we have to do is find a place to set up camp. We found the perfect spot right in front of this little surf camp. We could spend the night, and in the morning we could rent some surfboards.
Experimental.
Very good.
Experimental dinner.
What's that?
Too bad. Eat it anyway.
The sound of the waves crashing at night put us right to sleep. The next morning we woke to some tiny little waves, but they were enough to surf on. Hey dude,
Yeah?
ready to pick up some boards?
No, not really, because it looks like it's on the beach.
What time's high tide?
I wasn't quite sure.
Like right now.
Oh, of course.
The board rentals here were a little pricey compared to Nicaragua standards. They're $20 a pop. But the boards were in very good condition, and there was a really good selection of boards to choose from.
You got a what bird?
Tiki board.
Oh, tiki bird. Morning surf sesh.
Coffee.
Putting on some sunscreen right now, and then we're going to be heading out.
That thing still fit you?
Don't know.
Barely. It's pretty tight.
That's where mom's.
No, mom's doesn't even fit her. It's too big.
Yep, the waves were pretty small, but we still had a really good time. After a morning surf session and chilling on the beach, we decided to head north.
Now we're going to head off to another beach, or the mountains, I'm not sure.
One thing we really enjoyed about Nicaragua is that there were always animals on the road. Costa Rica was really lacking in this department. We really missed seeing all the animals. But Panama doesn't disappoint. Everywhere we drive, we see herds of cattle or cowboys on their horses. After driving down the boring highway for a few hours, we decided to stop. The Pan American Highway in Panama is much like any freeway in the United States. There aren't many interesting options off the side of the road, but looking an overlander, we ended up finding this little church camp. Sometimes we camp at the beach, sometimes we camp in the mountains. Other times, we have to pull off the highway and we camp at some Christian summer camp for kids. So we were traveling to Boquete to check out waterfalls, but then we found this other spot.
The town that we want to go to is called Pixay, and it's a village of just under 400 residents. It's on this little peninsula. It looks super duper cute. There's no electricity. There's some running water. There's no phone signal, no Wi-Fi. Houses are run by solar, generators, or candles still. But we really want to go see it. It's super remote, and it's one of the areas that we can go and catch a boat out to the island of Caribe to go diving.
Hopefully.
Doing a little bit of reorganizing here. Can you believe all of this stuff fits in the back of the car? All of it.
Back on the road and heading to some waterfalls before a small village. Tiny village. So this is the recommended speed limit on the highway. It is 50 kilometers per hour, which is 35 miles per hour.
And there's nothing out here.
And there's nothing out here. It's insane. It should be like at least 65 miles an hour. We figured we'd stop at this little fonda, grab a little something to eat before going remote.
Ya va a cumplir 100 años. Y entonces se enfermó y hoy tuvo que arrancar con él para el médico en Soná. Y entonces el que ha quedado en la cocina es él, pero él no tiene experiencia pues, para desenvolverse rápido. Él cocina bien.
This gentleman basically said that the owner's sick, the kitchen isn't fully stocked, and the cook is new. But they could throw a few things together for us rather quickly. So we decided that we might as well just cook something for ourselves down at the waterfall.
One thing to keep in mind, it is dry season for us down here in Panama, so there's not very much water flow. It's pretty hot outside, even though it's, dry season. And this is their summer.
This place is only 2 minutes off the main road. Perfect place to picnic or take a dip before heading back on the road. Another random waterfall.
I just talked to the police officers that were here and asked them if you could camp here for the evening, and they said, yep, you can camp here. So that was a nice, refreshing little dunk. Bronson swam down to the waterfall. I dunked in, and Kaden barely did too. And now we're headed off to that tiny little itty-bitty village.
What did I come here for? Was it just to see through, like a dusty window?
There used to be only 2 ways to get to the village we're heading to, either by boat or by a 26-mile, pretty much trail. Now the road seems to be in various stages of construction. Now it basically changes from smooth pavement to beat up road to graded areas, back to smooth pavement. You never know what you're going to find.
I think that I lost my shoes. I'm certain that they're gone, but I will carry on now.
It's currently not recommended to drive a van down here because at the very end, it's extremely steep, even if your gearing is low enough to climb the hills. There's a ton of gravel, which makes it difficult if you don't have four-wheel drive. After a 2.5 hour drive from the next small town, we finally made it. Only 2 people in town own cars. This people carrier takes everyone else. Judging by the size of the school, you can tell this place was much larger to begin with. We later found out that this place was overfished and many people had to leave.
Ya lo llevo ya a una playa muy linda ya, atrás.
Okay.
Muy
Todo
bien.
tranquilo.
Sí, todo bien.
That heavily intoxicated gentleman advised us we could camp at the end of the road. He said it's really beautiful. And he was right. We set up camp on a strip of land between the beach and the river full of mangroves. This has to be the sleepiest fishing town we've ever walked through.
Deposit the money and dial the number.
All right.
It still works.
Not a competitive game at all.
What?
It's not a competitive game at all.
All right.
Son of a gun. I was going to do something completely different.
Ah, too bad.
Taking it back.
You can't take it back. It's already down.
I didn't flip my other card though. I didn't flip my other card.
It doesn't matter. You already put it. I don't know if those are gonna hold in this wind, but good luck.
Wind's picking up, so you got to use rocks to hold them in place.
Caden's choices.
I'm not sure how much wind Caden's
Are gonna withstand.
cards can withstand. Another scenic morning following a restful night.
Oh, that was kind of a bust. We went to the Cueva divers place, and we met this guy named Maximo who told us that they just went out on a multi-day dive yesterday and they don't know when they're going to be back. So he also said that the other guy that runs the shop, his father just died, so we're just going to have to wait.
This place is extremely peaceful. The fishermen make their rounds all morning. They go back and forth filling up a container that's headed to the next town. Kids really like looking at our vehicle. What you got cooking, dude?
Rice, gravy, and then eggs.
What kind of gravy?
Mushroom gravy.
Nice.
Okay, So the gravy is not starting out like it's supposed to. It is still liquid even though I have put it on simmer and it's supposed to be thickening right now. So I'm going to ask Mom to see what she did to make it thicker. I followed the instructions exact when it started boiling, and then it hasn't made any thickness. It's just been liquid the whole time.
You're gonna need to put like flour or something to thicken it, but we don't have any. You're just gonna have to let it reduce. You're gonna have to keep it heated and let it reduce longer. Let the water boil out.
Okay, so did I keep it boiling? Okay.
Looks pretty thick now, dude.
Yep, just going to let it cool down, I guess, for a little.
What's next?
The eggs.
The eggs, huh?
Yep. After that, breakfast will be served, I believe. If it goes according to plan.
In the end, Caden's breakfast was a success. When she's not playing cards at night, she's playing them on her phone. Therefore,
It's not cards.
there's like no way we can beat her. She's practicing all day and then playing us at night. All right, looks like the last load of the day. And we're out. It's unfortunate that our dive plans didn't materialize, but no worries. It was an amazing place to camp. We also found that we can access the same dive region from Santa Catalina. We're just glad we got to see this place before the road went in. So long for now.